Harry wants both worlds. He wants to be the best of both worlds. He wants to be a celebrity or independent of the royal family, and I'm no longer part of this family. But he also wants to be called HRH and all the benefits that flow from that. And, you know, I think he's entitled to leave the royal family if he wants to. Nobody should be imprisoned by that if they don't want to be there. But he can't then hang on to the bits he wants and abandon the bits he doesn't want. It doesn't work that way.
Well, you talk about leaving the royal family, and one development that has happened this week is Donald Trump talking about whether he would ever deport Harry and Meghan back to the UK.
Yeah.
So I think he said, he basically said that he wouldn't kick Harry out, because Harry has a visa issue going at the moment through court, which we all know about, that whether he lied on his visa application.
Yeah.
So Donald Trump has said, I will not deport Harry. He's safe here because he has enough problems already dealing with his terrible wife.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just the kind of way you've been in politics. This is, you know what Donald Trump, this is just the way that he kind of speaks sometimes.
Yeah.
But
well, Donald Trump is. Anyone who's supporting him is wonderful, and anyone who supports the Democrats is terrible. I mean, that's and she was obviously associated with the Democrats and Kamala Harris, and that's why he's saying that.
Yeah. So we understand that Trump doesn't want to, but one of the main reasons is because he has a very warm friendship with Charles and William. He's obviously, we know that Donald Trump is a big fan of the royal family. He's spoken of his respect for the late Queen Elizabeth II. And over the years, we're told that Charles and Trump have struck up a little bit of a friendship, and Donald Trump wouldn't want to do anything to really annoy his new friend. Ironically, it's Charles and William that are helping Harry stay in California.
That's what I was about to say, the irony of the situation. But when you really game it out, imagine if, you know, it always seems somewhat unlikely, but given, you know, that Trump often does do things that seem unlikely or unpredictable, he may well have taken action on this. But it did, if you game out what that actually would have looked like, Meghan would have to have come back to, assuming, you know, that the rumours that had circulated were untrue, which I believe they are, she would have to have moved back to the UK with him. The two of them would have had to live here with their kids, knowing that he's estranged from William and he's got a very tense relationship with his father. And also, to your poll, people don't know what category they fall into. England's not that big when it comes to tensions within the royal family. Can you imagine how uncomfortable that would be as an ongoing situation, having these non-royal, quasi-royals sort of in the background for the rest of the world?
The Sun has done it again. Once more, they have chosen to target Prince Harry with their relentless and baseless accusations. They have launched another attack on Prince Harry, stirring up controversy and sensationalism. This time, they used a former MP, Norman Baker, to lend credibility to their unfounded claims. Baker made wild claims about Harry's finances, suggesting impropriety without any solid evidence. He questioned Harry's right to criticise the government, attempting to undermine his voice and influence. This is nothing more than a smear campaign, a calculated effort to tarnish Harry's reputation. It is a desperate attempt to discredit a good man, a man who has consistently shown integrity and dedication. The Sun wants you to believe that Harry is greedy, that he is motivated by self-interest. They want you to think he is ungrateful, that he does not appreciate his privileged position. They are wrong. Harry is a man of principle, someone who has served his country with honour and distinction. He is a man of courage who has faced numerous challenges and adversities with grace. He is a man who stands up for what he believes in, regardless of the personal cost. Harry and Meghan stepped back from royal life, making a bold decision to prioritise their mental health and family. They did this for their own well-being, to create a safer and more nurturing environment for their children. They did this for the well-being of their children, ensuring they grow up away from the toxic scrutiny of the tabloids. It was a difficult decision, one that required immense strength and resolve. But it was the right decision, a step towards a healthier and happier life. The Sun refuses to accept this, clinging to their narrative of scandal and controversy. They cannot stand to see Harry and Meghan happy, thriving outside the royal spotlight. So they resort to lies and manipulation, distorting the truth to fit their agenda. They try to turn the public against them, sowing seeds of doubt and mistrust, but their efforts will fail. The truth will prevail, and Harry and Meghan will continue to be supported by those who see through the lies. Norman Baker's claims are absurd and baseless. He claimed Harry is financially dependent on the royal family. This is demonstrably false and misleading. Harry and Meghan are financially independent, having taken significant steps to ensure their autonomy. They have lucrative deals with Netflix and Spotify, which provide them with substantial income. They are building a new life for themselves in California, focusing on their family and new ventures. Baker also suggested Harry should be stripped of his HRH title, a claim that lacks merit. He claimed Harry used this title for profit. Again, this is untrue and unfounded. Harry and Meghan chose not to use their HRH titles, respecting their decision to step back from royal duties. They made this decision when they stepped back from royal life, prioritizing their personal well-being. The Sun knows these claims are false, yet they continue to spread misinformation, but they publish them anyway, showing a blatant disregard for the truth. They are more interested in selling newspapers than in telling the truth, prioritizing profit over integrity. They are willing to sacrifice Harry's reputation for their own gain, showing a lack of ethical journalism. This is the sad reality of the British tabloid media, which thrives on scandal and sensationalism. They thrive on scandal and sensationalism, often at the expense of the truth. They care little for the truth, focusing instead on creating controversy. They are a stain on journalism, undermining the profession with their unethical practices. Harry's fight for security is not about money. It is about safety and the well-being of his loved ones. He wants to protect his family from the relentless scrutiny and potential dangers they face. He wants to ensure his children grow up in a safe and nurturing environment. He knows all too well what it is like to grow up under the constant glare of the paparazzi and the media. He witnessed firsthand the toll that relentless pressure took on his own mother, Princess Diana. He is determined to shield his own family from the same fate and protect them at all costs. Harry's fight is a fight every parent understands deeply. It is a universal struggle. It is a fight for the right to raise your children in peace, away from the prying eyes of the public. The Sun tries to paint Harry as entitled and disconnected from reality. They attempt to portray him as out of touch with the common man, but they could not be more wrong. His actions speak louder than their words. Harry's love for his family is the most relatable and genuine thing about him. It is something we can all admire and aspire to in our own lives. Section 4. Twisted Words. The Sun recently published a poll about Harry. They claimed the British public was turning against him. This is another example of their manipulative tactics. They use polls to control the narrative. They use them to push their own agenda. The questions in these polls are often leading. They are designed to elicit a specific response. The results are then presented in a way that suits the Sun's agenda. This is not journalism. This is propaganda. The Sun is not interested in gauging public opinion. They are interested in shaping it. They are interested in turning the public against Harry and Meghan. They want to isolate them. They want to silence them. Section 5. The Empty Throne. Why does the British media remain obsessed with Harry and Meghan? Why can't they leave them alone? The answer is simple: fear. Harry and Meghan represent a threat to the status quo. They represent a break from tradition. They are not afraid to speak their minds. They are not afraid to challenge the establishment. This scares the British media. They are used to controlling the narrative. They are used to dictating the terms. Harry and Meghan have taken back control. They are telling their own story. They are living their own lives. They are doing it on their own terms. This is what truly terrifies the British media. Section 6. Finding Freedom. Harry and Meghan have faced relentless criticism. They have faced constant scrutiny, but they have not been broken. They have emerged stronger than ever. They have found freedom on their own terms. They are building a new life filled with purpose and meaning. They are using their platform to advocate for causes they believe in. They are making a difference in the world. They are an inspiration to us all. Harry and Meghan's story is a story of resilience. It is a story of courage. It is a story of love. It is a story that gives us hope. It is a story that reminds us that we are all capable of finding our own freedom.